Hello and welcome to WePC. It's been so long since we did our last monitor review, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the BenQ Mobiuz EX2710. Now this monitor currently retails for under $300 and it packs a serious punch when it comes to performance and features. Right out of the box, users can discover a full HD 144Hz refresh rate, a low 1ms response time, HDR10 certification, which makes it the perfect choice for budget gamers who want to play those competitive titles. Now firstly we'll start with design and we'll look at the panel first. This monitor does offer a sleek and stylish design that would certainly suit most gaming setups. The BenQ logo has been printed on the lower edge of the panel in a subtle fashion, with a brushed finish being used for the surrounding plastic. Moving to the rear of the monitor, there really isn't much to report in terms of the design. The Mobiuz branding has been engraved into the back of the panel alongside some further etchings to give the EX2710 a subtle gaming aesthetic. Now whilst the stand does have excellent functionality, it is pretty glaring from an aesthetic standpoint. The silver base alongside the orange bumper, it really does leave you scratching your head as to why they've done this. I'm not a fan. You could be a fan, but I'm not. It takes the monitor's somewhat subtle look and just throws it out of the window, replacing the lower half with something much more striking. But like I say, it's a personal design choice. I should expect with a monitor of this price point, there is a lot of plastic that has been used throughout the design of the monitor, and it gives it a cheaper feel, but by no means the cheapest that we've ever tested. The base of the stand may provide a metallic finish, but it is all plastic when examined. However, it's not all negatives. The EX2710 comes equipped with a sturdy anti-glare coating with that 3H hardness, and the coating honestly does a superb job of mitigating fairly strong light sources, allowing you to still use this monitor when the elements are against you. Unfortunately, if glare becomes too much of an issue, you won't be able to rely on the monitor's brightness to get you out of jail. With a max luminance of roughly 400 nits, you may have to put down the keyboard and mouse in those extreme conditions. A good positive for me is the bezels of this thing. They're actually really thin when you compare it against other monitors of this price. The top and sides measure in at a mere 8mm, definitely putting it into the thinner bezel category. Now, whilst the stand may not offer the most robust design, it still comes with all the versatility and adjustments you could want. All the stand mechanics are easy to move, but do feel a little light during use. I suppose a lot of that can be chalked up to the monitor not weighing that much in total, but it still puts a small seed of doubt in my mind. Now, in terms of inputs, many users may be disappointed by the lack of options. With only a couple of HDMI ports and a single display port on offer, the EX2710 isn't quite as versatile as other options in today's market. So if you do want to put multiple devices into this monitor, you might have to steer clear of that one. And lastly, we have the on-screen display. Now, historically, we here at WePC have been a little critical of BenQ monitors when it comes to their OSD, and that's just mainly because using it was like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded using your feet. However, with the arrival of the 5-directional OSD controller, utilizing the monitor's display settings couldn't be easier. Well done, BenQ. BenQ have also implemented a snazzy new overlay that really does look attractive, not to mention very self-intuitive to use. You also get a lovely little HDRI button on the front of the monitor, allowing you to change through various HDR modes with the click of a single button. Now, before we get into what it's like to game on this thing, please note that Charlie, our monitor specialist and Scooter's #1 fan, has done a whole bunch of color accuracy, picture quality, and color gamut testing of this monitor. If you do want to see the results of those tests, then go down in the description below. You'll find our full review article. All of those test results are in there. So if that's your cup of tea, there you go. The EX2710 was extremely easy to set up for gaming, only requiring a few simple steps in Windows Display to do so. As you most likely would expect, I changed the monitor's refresh rate to 144Hz, and I also enabled FreeSync Premium right off the bat. I did have a little play with the various color presets, but honestly for me, the sRGB option did the trick. So with this being somewhat tailored towards competitive gamers, I firstly loaded up CSGO just to see how responsive this monitor is, and honestly, with that 144Hz refresh rate and the 1ms response time, it actually really was a smooth experience. Now, if you've been gaming on a 60Hz monitor and you switch up to 144Hz, the difference is literally night and day, and it greatly improves both your gameplay and your visual experience. You'll notice that you will become so much better in the game that you are playing when you switch to those refresh rates. Unless you're bad like me, in which case you only see incremental changes, but every little helps, you know. I enabled the HDR settings via Windows and loaded up Cyberpunk. Now this is a game that really does excel when high dynamic range is enabled. And honestly, the picture looked fantastic. Extreme dark and light areas now have greatly more depth and a greater sense of detail. You could really tell the difference when enabling this feature, and it added a ton of immersion to my gameplay. So overall, I actually really enjoyed this monitor when it came to gameplay. I noticed no stuttering, no ghosting, or any of the negative experiences you would probably expect of a monitor of this price point. it actually was a really great experience. Of course, it is only 1080p, so you aren't going to get the greatest graphics fidelity if you want to be playing those single player titles. This monitor is primarily geared towards those competitive gamers, so if you do play Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, Fortnite, all those games where you don't mind playing in 1080p, then this monitor will definitely suit you pretty well. So do I think it's worth it? I mean, for the price, I can't really knock this monitor except for the ugly orange stand. But like I say, that's just a personal preference. You could really like it. Orange could be your favorite color. It's not mine though. Of course, the build quality isn't the greatest, but it is $300. You're not going to expect, you know, brushed aluminium. It's just not something you're going to be able to find at that price point. But honestly, I would recommend this monitor to anyone who wants to get their start on a 144Hz refresh rate monitor if you've not already done so and you play competitive titles. However, if you do play single player titles only and competitive titles just aren't your thing, then maybe look for a monitor with a higher graphic fidelity. So there you have it guys, our very quick review on this lovely monitor. We will put a link to it in the description down below if you want to go and check it out more. We also have our full written review for you to go and look out, so definitely go and check that out. We've got all of our testing results on there, so definitely check that out if you want to. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give us a like, subscribe if you are new to our channel, and if you click over there, that'll take you to another one of our videos that we hope you will enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.